Well, greetings, everyone. Megavan and Melanin. Welcome, allies, to the, I think it's the Why Ukraine live stream. um, I have to apologize. I'm missing half my brain today. The train ride back, and the train ride back was just. It did not involve very much sleep. Let's just put it that way, and. We'll see how I do. I'm still pounding caffeine at this moment. So and the delay happened here because I was waiting for some files to download that I thought had downloaded that I wanted to show you, and I'm still not certain that they're gonna come through. So uh, but we'll burn that bridge when we come to it. Thank you, everyone who's here. Uh, it has been a crazy week this week, just uh, not just in my world, but for Ukraine and for America and for Great Britain, I would dare say, and possibly the EU. Sakai, you're doing a live stream in a few hours. Cool. Thank you very much for coming. And I specifically started this live stream earlier today, but because of the power outages that we're having here. But now I just 8 o'clock. Now, of course, I'm not gonna live stream until 8 o'clock. Don't worry, guys. I have no desire to do that. However, I am coming on the Shills tonight at 10 p.m. So after Secular Sakai, and I'm sure there's some other people that are going to be streaming. Yeah, I want to just share with you, if you aren't aware, we do have ongoing. I do have ongoing fundraisers going on, and these are drone parts for the drone laboratory in the east, in a place that we call Ithil Ambar for the purposes of OPSEC, in Henafanoon, which is in Ithilian. For those of you who are up on your Tolkien, 10 p.m. Ukraine time. Yes, Sally. Yeah, 10 p.m. Kiev time. I don't know. That's probably like, what is that, like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, somewhere in the USA, I would guess. I can't. My brain isn't mathing at the moment. We are going to have a raffle for Shirkon's t-shirt, which is awesome, but it's going to have to happen tomorrow. 3 a.m. Herb, where are you? Let's see. Annette, CF Beauty, if you want to promote the Shills in here, let people know what time that show is starting tonight, please do. I appreciate it. So I just want to thank everyone who contributed. And Luke, it's a really good point. So Luke says, really wish shipping from Canada wasn't so impractical, or I'd be machining whatever needed or put together circuit boards. Yeah. Maybe we ought to talk about that. If you're not on our Discord, message me, send me an email. I'll get you on the Discord, and maybe we can talk about something, because honestly, everything that you see on the screen here ultimately is not manufactured in Ukraine. Okay. Some of it's maybe made in America or Taiwan, and unfortunately some of it has to come from China. Oh yes. Okay, so Mr. Squiggle says, "Glad you wiped the beep off your shorts." I I guess should I take that as a compliment or an insult? I don't know. No, but I know exactly what you meant. It's a very strange thing. Uh, it was getting a little annoying if you watched more than once. Beep. Yeah. So this is a thing, Mr. Squiggle. I don't know why, but on my new phone, which is a Xiaomi phone, which I hate because they do try to install all kinds of preloaded apps. Um, yeah, Cheryl, I watched Pete's funeral a few hours ago. hmm Um, oh, Annette. So we're streaming several hours later than normal time today. Okay, that's good to know. um, I see. Okay. Anyway, the point I was making about the beep. So the very interesting thing, and I can't change it on this phone when I am recording directly to YouTube. It makes a beep. It makes that beep that you've heard in my shorts, in my short videos on YouTube. I don't mean there's a beep in my shorts. Sounds like I'm muting myself. There's a beep in my shorts right now. It's a weird thing. And I've checked every single possible setting on my phone, in YouTube, and it's crazy. So I have switched over to, if I'm just recording on my phone, just making a record on my phone, and then I upload it later, that doesn't happen. So I'm trying to do more of that. But going back to your point, Luke, about machining whatever needed or put together circuit boards, I would really like to talk to you about that. So please get directly in touch with me. Um, it is to stop you recording. Oh, up a woman's dress. That's why there's a people. OMG, that's hilarious. And you can't shut it off because people have. Wow, I had never considered that. Hilarious. Wow. Okay. Good to know, I guess. I mean, it wouldn't stop me from recording up a woman's dress. I could still do it. They would just know right away. Okay. So today is not going to be so much focused on the news as we usually do. Today is going to be more of a show and tell. I want to show you the awesome things that I saw and did this past week. Um, so I have a very careful selection of videos and pictures to show you, and it's pretty amazing. So I guess we should just start with that. Really, um, yeah. Let's do that. So yeah, I'm just going to share my entire screen with you. Not that one, this one. There we go. So this is a picture from the drone laboratory that I visited this past week. Just pretty amazing. Ironically, my wife took all of these pictures. And feel free, guys, to ask questions as we go through this. I'll tell you what I can, and whatever's OPSEC, I'll tell you. I'll say, I'm sorry, I can't answer that, or I don't know, which is more likely the case. And this is all thanks to Shere Khan, who invited me on this little trip to meet with these guys, and there's a reasonable chance that I'm going to be helping them in a few weeks, basically when when they get a new shipment of drones. So, they assemble. This is why I wanted to, talk to you. You know what, guys? I think I'm going to do a chat overlay this time here, because I just realized that in my previous streams, it wasn't showing the live chat at all. I know there's a setting for that somewhere, and I just didn't have time today to look for it. Oh, Shirkan, thank you. It gets better, though. It gets better, my man, because okay, I got to make sure my wife isn't listening. I don't think she's watching the stream right now. I also got an invitation today, literally today, to join a drone team with the International Legion. I'm speaking with the final boss of the unit later on this evening. So I don't know. One way or the other, I'm going to end up working on drones here, which I'm really freaking excited about. Okay. So these pictures, my wife took these pictures the last live stream that I did with Shirkan that we did together. She was getting the grand tour of the drone lab while we were chatting it up, here, which is, I don't know, it's really funny to me for some reason. Yeah. So, and like I said, they do a pretty high output of drones, and it's really interesting. These guys are just all volunteers, There's nothing. I have to reshare. I want to share the entire screen. There we go. The one guy I was talking to, he works for a travel agency. These people who are doing this work, assembling these drones and stuff, they have full-time jobs that they have to maintain, and so it's amazing that they're able to do this, basically. Let's see if I can share my screen correctly. Nope. Okay, I'll try it again. Share screen. There we go. That's what I'm trying to. Okay, of course it's a blurry picture, but so they do all of the assembly work, all the little bits and doodads and pieces and wires all have to be hand assembled. And you could argue that there's probably there's probably factories churning out 10,000. Oh, you were up almost all night and just woke up too, Annette? That's interesting. I mean, so on the train coming back from this place in the west of Ukraine, apparently the area is a big health area where there's some kind of very specialized treatment for children who have certain disorders, and all of them were on the train last night. Freaking all of them, basically. And so I didn't get much sleep. It was a little bit rough, But these guys, this laboratory, they are doing soup to nuts. So they are assembling not just the drones, but the batteries, every little component here, every wire, just freaking everything. And so I guess what I should do is, I think I at least have one video that I can show you of me. Ta-da! Me. It's the second. It's only 10 minutes, so I actually have more than 30 minutes of video. So this is me. This is the last part of assembling a drone. Here, I guess.
Here, like that. Do I have it right side up? Turn it over.
Because there are
shorts video.
I see. I see chamfers.
Yeah.
Oh, right. The beep. Yeah. So there's a beep on, and then there's also a beep on my
in front two posts. Is that right? These two.
There's two beeps, and then there's the beep on my shorts.
There are 4.
So I'm just beeping everywhere.
Do you need to put thread locker in all four?
You see, here is 1, 2,
Okay.
and the same.
Okay.
Oh,
and what about these?
KK's
these
DG,
4
right?
Yeah.
Okay, all of them. All right, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and let me go back. I want to do a chat overlay again because I like that. There we go. Now everybody, you guys can comment along and everybody can see it. So yeah, all in all, I mean, this is my first time really assembling a drone.
Oh, I forgot I'm wearing my
for like the whole thing, not just pieces of it or repair. It took me about 30 minutes. Now this was excluding the soldering. Dimitru, it's not actually Loctite.
No, this camera.
They have like 2 different kinds of. I guess you call it Loctite. One is more like a glue, and the other one is not. Are they using a power supply to bench test the electronics? I did not see one. But I know that what they do is when the full drone is assembled, then they test it. Test it, connect it to the controller. Right? And test it. The controller has its own diagnostics, and to run through, and then Dimitri thread lock. Thanks. Like I said, half a brain today. So anyway, so once it's all assembled, and then they test it on the bench. It runs through the diagnostics. Then they field test it, with flying it somewhere. I didn't get to take part in that part of it, but they do. And they also, at this location, they also teach classes. Yes, you're right. A lot of power banks in the past were difficult to turn the sound off. Seriously, and my UPS. My uninterruptible power supply. It's a big one. It's about not a big one. It's bigger than a power bank. And yeah, it has no setting to turn off the goddamn beep, basically.
Where's the
No. Yeah, the bottom.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
So yeah, this is me being overly cautious because I have a terrible time screwing things down too hard, and then cracking shit, breaking stuff. I've broken cars that way.
No, I think it just kind of like.
And so I was like really worried that I was going to.
That's the only thing I worry about
something.
using these.
I haven't worked with a lot of carbon fiber before.
Like
Yeah, Shirkan, they are. They were freaking awesome, and my wife loved them, and yeah. So basically,
I'm not used to working with carbon fiber. I'm used to working with.
There's a good chance that in a few weeks, I'm gonna go back there and just basically live there.
So maybe the carbon fiber probably doesn't. Crack.
Do all the regular stuff I do. I'll still do live streams and I'll still do everything else. And now, if I do actually join the International Legion drone team, that'll cut down on my. I probably won't be able to do live streams as much.
That is not.
I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. I'll probably do something a little bit more like Joe McDonald does. Yeah, Luke, get a torque driver, set it to low. Exactly. That is. I not knowing what that torque driver was set to, I was a little bit afraid you know, because like when I worked at
That's
Apple, in fact, in the earlier video, which I think is just not going to download because it's just too long,
So afraid
I
I'm gonna
basically
break
was
it, and
saying
I
that, you know,
realize these things are gonna like fly into a tank.
here I am being a perfectionist, and I'm saying, you know, what am I doing? These things are going to fly into a tank. I mean, they're going to be used once and fly into a tank, basically.
Harder. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
My shadow. Take this.
but yeah, it's pretty cool. You get the
Really wrench it down. Okay.
I mean,
Not to
I hate to
with
say
all
it, but
power,
Yeah.
a monkey
but
could do
so
this work,
it
to be
should be
honest.
in a good
I mean,
condition.
a child, you know, at least some of it. Maybe not the soldering, maybe some of the more delicate work. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it wasn't hard. It's not difficult. You can see I'm going back and retightening everything down because I didn't feel like it was tight enough. And I'm thinking about this thing's going to be flying through the air and it's going to be vibrating like crazy. And those kind of vibrations can set up harmonics that will screw up like every. Mr. Squiggle, what difficulties did I find? Yeah, just kind of the like fitting wires through specific holes and
Where's my? Yeah.
you know, the difficulty
And where do you add
of
that? Right here.
let's see if I
What
can
does
get
that do?
my screen
Reduce vibration.
to change here.
First of all, vibration, and
That's not doing what
the
I want.
second, it is
Well, anyway, the difficulty of like just
carbon. It is
the kind of
very
jankiness
interesting
of fitting things through,
material.
and also not being sure about how hard do I need to force. Is this piece or that piece? Oh, Mitch, years of jackhammering. Yeah, I mean, I did circuit board
And it is
troubleshooting,
conductive.
like
That's
component
true.
level circuit board
Very
troubleshooting
good. The
for
battery
HP.
on the bottom.
Oh, right.
And
I
So
built
this is where the
computers
battery goes.
at Apple.
Of course.
Battery goes like
Um,
Okay.
this. And
yeah, so you can see it's a mixture. So there is some through hole soldering to be done, and then
Where's the
the
battery?
big stuff
for this
is like you can see the big wires here.
This is
That's
just
the
a test
that's
area.
the power going to the motors,
So if we plug it in, then we know.
and
right?
those are heavily
makes it
soldered
really
on
do
to the
sound.
to the edge there.
then,
Yeah, mini
you
small
put
size
the
screw.
antenna, this.
Oh,
Screws,
yeah.
and in some cases, you don't need
these
all
cherries.
the to
So,
have all the screws in
my-
place there because
the
it's
drone
like
lab.
oh,
that
see
I-
here's one piece that is actually included in the other video that it's not downloading. Greg, that's a really good question. Could those structural parts be 3D printed from PLA instead of being made from carbon fiber? Absolutely. I've seen drones like this made of freaking cardboard. Okay. Freaking cardboard. So it almost doesn't make sense to use carbon fiber if it's just going to be used once and you're going to drive it into a tank. You know what I mean? But in the previous video, this part right here, so this is a 3D printed, I believe PLA or PET, I don't know which, 3D printed part that kind of all it does is hold the antenna wire attachment.
kind of supporting.
So this is the antenna that I'm attaching, and this is, you know, what do you call it? An RGA2, I can't remember, RGA56, some
This is
fucking
one of the
number.
antennas that they use. These
And
are
it
5
plugs
for
into, this
4 or
is
5
the,
different ones. Because they change it depending on the.
what do you call it?
circumstances.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna show you what this is. This piece right here that the antenna essentially plugs into through this extension is equivalent to one of these. This thing. Okay. The only difference is instead of the antennas plugging directly into this, for whatever reason, in oh, did I just lose my dang it? For whatever reason,
Definitely.
in this one,
All right.
Okay.
Right.
okay, let's go back to that.
Okay.
Yeah. For whatever reason, in this one, there's like this extension that extends it out. I don't know why maybe it's, I don't know why they have it set up like that, but they do. And so that it was a little bit janky, is what I'm saying. Yeah, this is really, really good questions, guys. Luke says, let's see, having done a lot of stuff for Westcam, we dealt solely with delicate components, got to figure out what the right torque setting and apply it, across the board for the hardware. Yeah, exactly. The Australian drones, that's what I'm talking about, exactly. And but even those are like fixed wing drones that are much larger. Yes, Dimitru, these antennas and the this thing that I just showed you here, the one that's up on the website that you can purchase, are for blasting through different types of interference, essentially. And this is why the drones, remember the laboratory that I visited in May, the one that we're buying stuff for, they actually so the drones don't, for them specifically, the drones don't come with these things at all. They attach them when they get there because they're always putting different ones on. So, oh, Herb, I didn't think about that. Less stress on the board that way, so a lower failure rate. Yeah, I understood that these guys, they said their failure rate was about 5%. But it was all stuff that was like easily fixable, like something wasn't soldered down entirely or something fully seated on the board, blah blah blah, easy fix type stuff. So but anyway, talking about the cardboard, I've seen actual quadcopters completely, where the frame is entirely cardboard, and it's a little bit thicker. I don't know if it's heavier or not. I'm assuming that the main reason carbon fiber is used is because it's the strongest per ounce.
Circumstances. So
strongest per ounce.
They're always needing, they always change out these and these.
And I apologize that it looks like
they use this one.
You're not going to be able to show you the first part of this video
like that.
But maybe we'll save it for next time. I don't know. We'll see. Mitch, when you need more parts from the other room to use a drone to get them. That's too future tech. If you could see this place, you can kind of see this room in the background and stuff. And the first thing I said when I walked in, I was like, wow, you can tell a woman does not work here. Like, it's just a fucking man cave workshop. They've got all these look like school desks and
for testing.
Yes.
Some tables set up, and it's just a regular office somewhere.
Cool. Very cool stuff, man.
Relatively hidden, basically. There we go. So that's that is the end of that video. Mosquito aircraft, what were made from wood. What are mosquito aircraft? It sounds like is that like a new kind of drone? Mosquito aircraft were made from wood by piano and cabinet makers. You maybe we're talking about early 20th century airplanes, something of that nature. And those it would make sense that they would be made from cabinet makers, piano makers. Totally makes sense. Yes. World War II British aircraft. Aha. Hmm. I didn't know that. That's cool. That's good to know. It's good to know. Yeah, you guys know I love history, but anything that happened after about the year 1000 AD is all kind of blurry for me. Um, so yeah, just an amazing, an amazing tour, and just to show you some more things in this place. So these are all the thank you letters that this outfit, that this NGO has gotten from units. Okay, so get ready for this, man, because uh, like I've never seen one of these before. Obviously, I haven't helped anyone enough to get a thank you letter. So like this, it goes on and on and on. All of these like certificates of help, I guess. Um, I mean, it was really like shocking, essentially, I would dare say. And they're really cool. I mean, I love these like it makes me want to, it gives me ideas. It gives me ideas. I want to Mitch, no, after 1000 AD is pretty extreme short-term memory loss. Yeah. Yeah, these are just the ones on the walls, Shirkan. Christ. Oh, you're going. Oh, okay. You're going to Facinda? Wait a minute. Okay. All right. So if the power switch is off, I'm just screwed. Okay. Well, hopefully I'll have data. Sorry, my um secular Sakai, a rainbow clapperboard with words behind the scenes. Wait, is that what I need behind me, or I don't know? Uh, oh, you mean like this? Yeah, I guess so. I need something like that, don't I? Uh, yeah, one of the things I've noticed about Ukrainians, they have no problem showing appreciation. Yeah, that's for sure. Um, so yeah, look at this. I mean, we're not even like, it just goes on and on and on and on and on, and then I mean, and then there's patches, from those units. Some of them. Um, Amazing stuff. And then there's flags from different units, from Kraken, from Azov, from this brigade and that brigade. I can't even keep track of it. And so really, it was overwhelming. It was you know, and unfortunately, at the moment I can't tell you what the name of the charity is. They kind of fly under the radar, I guess, and they have their own donors. My last message was an automatic on YouTube sent to Restream with super stickers. Oh, interesting. That is wild. Okay, Sakai. Oh, the donations are from in your case, from New Mexico. Yes, perhaps. Yeah, let's see. Unit patches are the 21st century of heraldry. Yeah, for those of us here who are into that sort of thing, it's absolutely true. That is absolutely true, Greg. And so yeah, it's just really amazing stuff. And the fact that I was given like a tour, you know, my wife took these pictures, but I was also given a tour and made video for all of this. It's just I can't download the goddamn video. I just didn't have time to. For some reason, the cable that I have. Anyway, I won't go into it. The technical details. Where is the New Mexico flag? Why did I not see a New Mexico flag? You told me there was, and I didn't see it while I was there. It's possible that I'm blind. Actually, I know I'm blind. Yeah. I mean, I went there to work and to volunteer. It's the only thing is they just didn't. Oh, hey Leslie, thank you for coming. By the way, I haven't said hello to everybody, but thank you all who are here. You know, I feel like this is something that I don't do enough, and one thing that oh crap, I just closed it out. One thing that I need to get better at is publishing these videos. It's one thing to publish stuff of my, you know, farming and stuff. Oh, it's next to the Legion flag. Oh, okay, crap. Oh my gosh, I saw the Legion flag. Yeah. Did I? Oh, my wife didn't take a picture of it. Because if it's next to the Legion flag, but I guarantee you it's on my video. I guarantee you it's on my video. Oh yeah, Mr. Squiggle, I'm a member of the Society for Creative Anachronism. I'm all about heraldry. Okay, like even though I never registered my own heraldry with the organization, I always meant to, and I never did. I do hold an award of arms. I do hold an award of arms with the Society for Creative Anachronism, but I never officially registered it. And that's a big atata, as they say. Ken, need more coffee and clothes on. I don't know about clothes, but I definitely need more coffee. There is too much blood in my caffeine stream right now. Where is my coffee situation? Holy crap, am I out of coffee? Good God. This might be a coffee emergency, guys. This might be getting serious. I might be just down to tea. It's awful. So Cheryl, so you're having the same sleep deprivation issues that I am. Fantastic. Then I don't feel as bad today. It looks like everybody. Great. Well, we got another Scadian here. Yeah, Greg, there's a number of Scadians. I won't out all of them, but I think there's at least like 4 or 5 Scadians who are members of this channel and of the Discord. And there's a couple of Scadian adjacent people as well. So yeah, so you have been warned. So I want to show you some of the other things. This is not OPSEC, but this is something else that they were working on. Oh, Trimaris. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I started in the West Kingdom and then moved to the Outlands and also lived in Aidenveld. Making these drones for the Legion, Paul, would be a paid job. Probably not a lot. Like I'm talking like $500 a month. Making these drones for this charity, this NGO, would not be a paid job. It would be, I would still need to teach English classes, which is fine, and I just have to be flexible and move things around. With the Legion, I would stop teaching. 500 a month. To be honest, you can live on 500 a month here. Sounds crazy. But I actually altogether from my teaching make about $1,000 a month, and I live very comfortably. I mean, in Silicon Valley, I was making like 8,000 a month. At the height of my network engineering career, and I never could save money. Never could save a dime, and so it's pretty ironic, basically. But yeah, so Luke, if you do like machining work and stuff, I mean, there are some parts and some items that it would be worth it to to do and make and send and ship. And yeah, shipping is stupid to and from Ukraine, but so for some things it would be worth it to do that. So you can just see there's just these drones piled up all over the place, and this is another one of their experimental drones that they were working on. I think this is a prototype for this one. And while I was there, they were actually teaching classes on using this. Mr. Swiggle, yeah, Silicon Valley, the rent and just all the expenses, is just crazy. It's insanely expensive to live there. So let's see who else. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. People in Silicon Valley live in their cubicles, or I mean, they live in tiny, like 4 people to 1 bedroom, kind of, or they live in motorhomes, just living on the street. People like, I'm talking like Google engineers. Greg, I found Meast shipping to be good for shipping to Ukraine. Yeah. So I haven't had to deal with that just yet. Luckily, and this is a good segue, I think, to talk about. There we go. I'm sorry that I hope that Richard Stevens, because he was asking about this, but it's a good segue to talk about the stuff, because I said literally one reason why I'm so disorganized today is I had to spend a lot of time at the post office, Nova Poshta, picking up all the stuff that you guys ordered, and it turns out I'm still short a couple of t-shirts, and I have to go through and figure out who ordered what. But I'm going to do a little bit of show and tell here. And by the way, wait, be careful, KKHG, they're probably drunk. Oh, you're talking about the fireworks people. Yeah. So anyway, some of you ordered these Ukrainian flag pins, and these were the last 6 that they had. I tried to order more. Luckily, I ordered extra because I think I got a total of like 4 orders, something like that, for these. And I just think I picked these out because I just thought it would be really cool to wait, I have it upside down. It goes like, okay, it goes like that. I think it would be really cool to, if you see somebody walking down the street, and they're wearing a little tiny little, not American, Ukrainian flag pin, you're like, ha, I know you. You're one of us. I just think it's a really cool marker, a really good way to show not just show your support, but for other people. And then someone, and I think it was Ken, ordered some stickers. These are really cool, like laptop or phone stickers. And these are actually, I'm going to have to discontinue these because they are going out of print. So these were really popular at the beginning of the war, frankly, or maybe like last year at some point. And now I guess people have all the patriotic shit that they need. Yeah, a conversation starter. Exactly. But yeah, so a couple of people ordered these really cool stickers like this one. But luckily they did have some new ones, which I really liked. Let's see, where is it? Oh, I really like this set, which is Patron the dog. And then on the other side, it's all of the like raccoons. I don't know if you know, but raccoons have been a big symbol of this war, especially of Kherson, because the Russians stole a raccoon from the zoo and everybody was pissed off about it. Like, why are you stealing? Like, why do you have to steal zoo animals? It's so ridiculous. So anyway, and then the other thing that I felt like let's see. Oh yeah. So some of you ordered some of these patches like that, and this is, I like this one a lot. And then this one, the Orc Hunters. It literally, if you want to know, in Ukrainian, it says Hunters of Orcs is what that says there. So that's pretty cool. And then let's see. I'm going to save the t-shirts for last because they are so cool. The only thing that we're missing yet is the only thing we're missing is 2 t-shirts. So a couple of you, yes, Bell, definitely. I want to look for Ukrainian creators on Etsy too, because I would like to, offer their stuff on my site, or I don't know, work out some kind of situation with them, because these are all patches. So this patch, unfortunately, I'm going to have to discontinue on my site because the company that makes these patches, first of all, I can only buy 2 of them, which is exactly how many you guys ordered, I think. But also, they're just incredibly difficult to order from. I can't order from my American card. They can't take money from America, which is crazy. Which is why, like, Etsy. Yes, thank you, Belle. Oh my God, that would be amazing if you wanted to look up makers of cool stuff on Etsy, because I do that. I spend a lot of time finding cool stuff here in Ukraine, and it takes a lot of time. It really does. Hours and hours and hours looking for cool stuff to put up. So then some of you also ordered these. It's a Velcro patch, and this one here. And then also this one. So these are all going to be, yeah, they're all on the website. I mean, you can see them here. Let's see. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. But I have to tell you that things are going to be changing. I need to go through and change a lot of things. So this T-shirt right here, if you were looking at this American flag shirt, don't. Two people ordered these shirts, and they are now out of stock. I had to call the original company that makes these. It's called Love and Life here in Ukraine, and they literally only had 2 available, and they're not going to make any more. So you guys got them, and that's it. And I'm still waiting on them to come in the mail. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Greg says, so I've had the same problem as well. Some payment processors won't accept an American bank card, a bank issued card for someone physically in Europe, and it has a lot of it has to do with anti-corruption restrictions here in Ukraine that are completely nonsensical, just completely nonsensical. Because the only people that they hurt, like people like oligarchs and things who are actually laundering money, are not. They have ways of getting around this stuff. You know what I mean? All it hurts is just the common people who just want to sell their shit on Etsy or whatever. You know. So now I want to get into okay. And I apologize if this stuff is boring to you guys. You can tell me. You can just say, James, get on with it. But I just did want to, share with you. I don't know how you guys feel about magnets, but I think they're cool. It's very common here for people, especially older people, to have a refrigerator covered with magnets of all the places they've been in Ukraine, essentially. So I will. Some people ordered magnets. A lot of people have, and those are coming too. I think I've tracked down all of them. So I'm going to show you some of the new magnets that are going to be coming up on the website here. Yeah, Mr. Squiggle. So I thought this is actually from a stamp, a Ukrainian postage stamp, but it's to commemorate all of the tanks that were towed by Ukrainian farmers. And so it's like a kitchen magnet, right? And then I've got some. These are all new, and they're I'm going to be very careful now because I thought I could just buy these at any time and it wasn't going to be a big problem, but it turns out that these are like not always in stock and they come and go. They're all limited edition. So this is like a really cool ZSU Army one. And where's the other? Okay. Oh, yeah. And then there's this one, which is really cool. And then this is probably my favorite. And there's literally only one of these. And they said they weren't getting another. So check this out. It's, a chick dressed in like traditional Ukrainian clothes. And then on the other half, she's wearing a uniform. I think that's freaking badass. So, and they're like 3D. So they're like cut out like this. I don't know who makes these, where they come from. I mean, they're made by some Ukrainian company. And that's another really important thing. So when I buy these, okay, the place where I buy them from, the money that I pay for these goes directly to the army. So like you're buying these, I donate money from this to the army, but when I get these, when I find these, I'm going to a place that I'm back. Oh man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, guys. I have power, but maybe we got a little bit of a power. I okay. 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 No, I'm not on Starlink. I mean, I don't know what's happening, to be honest with you. And what I don't even know what internet. Okay, I'm on my phone internet now. So to my something happened to. I just checked my circuit, and I have power coming to the circuit. So that means that my fiber, the fiber coming to my house, the fiber coming to has a problem and just kicked over. Maybe a power surge, something like that. It's a real issue. Constant issue. So, yeah, Mr. Squiggle, that is a really good question. So, do mobile phone towers have battery backup, or are they on separate setting or grid? Okay, now we have audio. Okay, yeah. So this is a real problem. So I think the mobile phone towers were on a separate grid, and if they had battery backup, it's not enough to last more than maybe like 45 minutes or so. And also, when they're constantly being drained and recharged, that kills the batteries really quickly. I know this because it was my job. Is my fiber internet like power dependent? So basically, there are certain parts of town. So the different parts of town are on different power schedules. The problem is they're changing the power schedule all the freaking time. Today alone, the power schedule changed twice. So yeah, so I have fiber, and the fiber goes to a different part of town, and it's able to. Basically, I think they have a battery backup for it somewhere, like in the middle of town or in an area in a part of town where, for various reasons, they will never cut off the power. Uh, uh, yeah, power dependent. Yeah, I saw what you meant. So, but I don't think they have sufficient battery backups on the cellular towers. And it's my understanding that there was a recent decision by someone in the government working with the cell phone companies to basically switch off those cell phone towers in certain parts of the country, because they do suck a lot of power. That's incredibly stupid. That's like stupid with a capital stew, I think, in my humble opinion. Because we got to get you Project Kuiper internet when it's available in Ukraine. Yeah. Really, seriously. I am probably going to buy another SIM from another cellular company, just so that I can switch it over. Sometimes that will help. Sometimes that'll work. And then the other thing is going to be, I've said this over and over, I'm going to buy a, I already have a battery, big ass battery. I'm probably going to buy another battery, and I need to buy an inverter that will charge my battery from the grid and also potentially use solar power. And I need to do that before the winter, because I think we all know what the Russians, what the orcs are going to try and do. this winter. You know what I mean? But realistically, I mean, I lived and worked for almost 10 years out on, in various capacities as a teacher and a network engineer, out on the Indian reservations in or near to the Indian reservations uh, in Arizona and New Mexico. And it's good. It's a lot like that, And so I personally maintained the cellular network between Albuquerque and the Grand Canyon, and the requirements are very, very similar. And so these internet and cellular companies are having to learn to adapt to that. And I think that that's a big change in thinking, in terms of it's a lot of expense replacing all kinds of batteries all the time. Is expensive. Having a lot of like failover systems, because it puts a lot of wear and tear on the systems to go up and down all the time. You have redundancy. Mr. Squiggle, I need to get a tracker for the solar panel would be ideal. Luckily, my house here has the biggest part of the roof, almost the whole roof is south facing, because it's kind of like a wedge essentially. And I don't know if I have a place really to put a tracker per se, that would fit on the roof, because the garden, the whole garden, the land around is just completely for cultivating, for growing food. But yeah, my intention this month is to get the inverter, so that when the power is on, I can charge the battery. When the power is off, we'll know for certain that we have full battery every time. Because right now I'm manually charging the battery basically once every 3 or 4 days. Yeah. So, yes, Bell, I agree with you. Bell says, I live in Trump land out here, and it is crazy the stuff they believe. They are literally getting ready for civil war. I don't mean to sound like an alarmist, but yeah. So, right on the panel base, Mr. Squiggle, I understand about solar panels. Yeah, and it's something I've studied a lot, and I have done my own small solar installations in America. I actually I owned a motorhome in when I lived in the Southwest. I owned motorhomes for years in America. Cheryl, that's a good question. Does a balcony solar panel do much? Asking for a friend in Lviv. So let's just to give you a sense of what Cheryl is talking about. The answer, Cheryl, is it depends. So, first of all, she's in Lviv, which gets a lot of clouds. Okay. And I just want to give you guys kind of a sense. Most Ukrainians honestly live in apartments. And let's see if we can. Oh, these are houses, it looks like. No, these are apartments. So most Ukrainians live in apartments that look something like this. They might be more than 20 story tall apartment buildings, and they're massive. Most of them were built in the time of like Khrushchev and Brezhnev. They call them panilkas because they're made from concrete panels. Every apartment has a little balcony, and to be honest with you, you can maybe hang like 2, maximum 3 solar panels off one of those balconies, and to be honest, it'll be enough to charge your depending on which way your balcony is facing, right? And whether there's trees. You see every apartment has these, the building has trees all planted around, which sounds lovely, but they could be shading your solar panel. Other buildings could be shading your solar panel. So depending on what floor you're on, essentially. Um, and so I would say 2 or 3 solar panels might be enough. If they're big enough, full-size solar panels might be big enough to keep your laptop charged up, maybe your phone in your laptop. And maybe you could you probably have to choose between keeping your fiber internet modem running or charging your laptop. So you can see how many these are, and this is just in one city. Okay, this is how most people live in Ukraine. Okay, and the other thing is a lot of people own these apartments. So in other words, they were given these apartments, or their family was given these apartments under the Soviet Union. And so when you're looking at like Chasiv Yar and places like that, you're and even in the smaller cities, I would say in any city that's more than like 30,000 people is going to have a crap ton of these these apartment blocks. And you can see here in Kyiv it's like solid with them. So some of these apartments, there's no way you could do solar panel for those guys. They need to have solar panels on the roof, on the rooftops, with trackers. But that's such a huge investment right now. And the other thing I was going to say is that yeah, Bell, I agree with you. I agree with you. And I mean, that's a separate issue from what we're talking about. But and I know that like Shirkan, for example, says, well, if everybody goes out and gets guns right now, okay, you didn't say this, Shirkan, but I'm putting words in your mouth. You're being my devil's advocate here. Then now everybody's armed to the teeth. Now it just makes the other side get more guns, and that's how people react. And so there is something to be said about that. I don't know. I don't have an answer. I'm sorry, guys. I left America. There's a reason for it because I saw this coming. Sorry to say. Mrs. Herb has sponsors family in Norway. Seriously thinking, yeah. Yeah. I've had a lot of gun nut friends in America. I'll tell you that. And 2 of my best friends in America were gun nuts, and they both shot themselves. They both killed themselves. So just be aware of that. And I don't mean they shot themselves accidentally. I mean they killed themselves intentionally. And one of them also killed someone else too, in kind of like a suicide pact. Be aware that if you have guns, the biggest danger is to yourself. If you have guns in your house, you are 6 times, at least the last statistic I saw was that you are 6 times more likely to die from suicide by gunshot. Okay. Now, we could go dark on that and say, well, that's one way to eliminate gun nuts. But I can tell you that the people in my life who did that were really good people. Really good people. And as liberal, leftist, pro LGBT, everything as you could possibly be. So, I don't know. I'm just telling you. Yes. Cheryl, I think you may have missed it. The RNC listed Ukraine as an aggressive adversary along with Iran and China. Will Trump implement anti-NGO laws like Georgia and Russia was my point. Yeah. I think that he'd like to. It's all part of implementing. I think that Trump is anti-democratic. He's not an anti-democrat. He was a Democrat most of his life. He was a Democrat until he ran for office. He's anti-democratic. Also anti-republic. Ultimately, he is our Caesar, but look how old he is. Okay, he's not going to become the czar for very long. It's who comes after him. This precedent that has been set by the Supreme Court. See, here's the thing, right? Did Obama stop using the executive powers granted to George Bush? Okay, that was the first step, right? So I'm talking about killing people with drones from on high, killing even American citizens outside of America who are pro ISIS or whatever. But even still, extrajudicial killing. No, he did not. He continued the policy. So Ukraine is fighting for freedom, and not just Ukraine's freedom. Not just Ukraine's freedom. Hugh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. I want to keep going because I haven't shown you the. All right, I'm going to skip all the other things because I have a big pile of cool stuff that's new that's going to go up on the website. So I'm gonna save that for another day. I'm going to save it for when I have it on the website. But I will show you two. Wait, how many of these did they send me? Oh, okay. Wait, did they send me? Oh God, I hope they sent me the right ones. I've got. Okay. So I've got 3 of these. So if you ordered one of these shirts, this one is extra large. Now, here's the thing. Those of you who ordered shirts, okay, this is the Ukrainian flag with the trident on it. Okay. Wow. Wow. Kenneth, thank you for gifting these memberships, man. Really. So these shirts, when you get them, okay, you will think that they are the wrong size. All right? Because it says on the label XL, extra large. But I'm telling you right now, Ukraine or European sizes are all one size too small compared to American sizes, period. Okay? Also, I don't know if they're 100% cotton, but they're going to shrink up a little bit. Okay. So all of whatever you order, like if you ordered a medium shirt, okay, and especially if you're American. All right. I'm not saying all Americans are fat. Okay. But if you ordered a medium shirt, you're going to get a shirt that says large. Like this one says L. Okay. Don't think that I sent you the wrong size. I'm taking the precaution. This is the cool one that has the Ukrainian trident on it, and it says Ukraine. I don't remember who ordered this, but it's awesome. So, but don't think that you got the wrong size. I'm deliberately ordering a size up for shrinkage. Don't forget about shrinkage. And and because of the size issue, the size differences. Okay. And shoes are the same thing here. Half the time when I buy shoes that are in my size, well, no, 90% of the time they don't even have shoes in my size. I wear a size 13. or 12 and a half, depending. So, yeah, I'm gonna vote remotely. So Greg, yeah. Greg, you're yes, right. You're coming here in the next few days, and I'm sorry I haven't heard back from anybody needing anything. To that, which is a good sign, by the way. It's a good sign. But anyway, so I wanted to share with you guys just some of these really cool things that I was able to get, and they are really like just totally just rare, one of a kind things from Ukraine that are just you won't be able to get them in America. That's what I'm saying, and I hope that you enjoy them. Here's another one of the magnets that I just picked up, and I think I have 5 of these. Anyway, so yeah, guys. As far as what we're talking about right now, what you guys are talking about, like, I'm sorry, I just sorry. I need to talk into the mic. I'm sorry. Like, we don't have anything to stop this other than our votes. And as far as I'm concerned, even if you are a Republican, if you believe in democracy, you gotta. If you believe in freedom, and I understand that a lot of Republicans think that Democrats are all communist, leftist, and leftists are somehow that equates to Nazis or something, which I don't completely understand. But I think that a lot of Republicans confuse communism and Marxism with Stalinism or even Leninism. I'm going to try the other one. I think my stream is back now. I think it's up now. All right. I apologize for that, guys. It's crazy town here. Sakai, you asked a really good question. If not supplies, perhaps there are some younger guys looking to learn about drone making fundamentals in the area. And this is my goal. It's really good. It's really good that you brought that up. Okay. One of the reasons why I went to meet with this, this drone lab that makes these drones here, and I talked to them about this. I said, what I want to do ultimately is set up exactly what you spoke about, Sakai, is to set up a drone laboratory here in my hometown, and I want to have like you guys come. When you come to Ukraine, you can come for a week, or come for a month, or come for a year, whatever, and do some volunteer work, and build some drones. And yeah, the bad side of that is, it might take you a week to learn how to build the drones, and then you go home. So that's disappointing, but I know you'll be back, right? I know you'll be back, and you'll have a place to you have a place that you can go. Basically, all expenses included. We'll rent or buy a house, and we'll just set up a drone lab. This is my goal, okay? And I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. I swear to God. So yeah, Sakai, I have tried not. The one thing I would say is that, like, this NGO, one thing that they told me, they were really disappointed that they found very few locals in the area who were willing to, volunteer. And I just, the guys that I spoke to, I don't know, at least the guys that I spoke to were not local to the area. They were from other parts of Ukraine, and they physically moved to this part of Ukraine so that they could do this work, and there we go. So that's probably what will happen. And then once it's set up and running, then some locals will jump on, but I want to let's see if I really want to try and share with you another. Wow, it just is not downloading more of the videos. And nope. Aha. Yeah. Let me see if I can, because there is something else I really want to show you today. Let me see if I can send this another way. And then this will be the last part, because I want to show you something really cool. Let's see if I can send it on Signal. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try this. I apologize, guys. Give me just 1 second, because I have some things I just really want to share with you. Okay. Some pictures that I took and some video that I made. Let's see. Will it send? It might. It just might. So I had the opportunity to tour a Stepana Bandera Ukrainian resistance, essentially, place in this part of Ukraine. So basically there was a museum, okay, that had been a secret resistance cell for Ukrainian resistance fighters from the 1930s, apparently, through 1930s through the 1960s, actually. And it is truly awesome. And I think my internet is just not good enough. And unfortunately, the cable I have is not transferring files. Son of a biscuit eater. Well, guys, I think that that's where I should call it for today. Tomorrow, I'm going to present you. We're going to talk about the news tomorrow. Okay, that's going to be the main thing. Today was just a kind of a show and tell, and to show you kind of what's really going on out there. In terms of like volunteer work and real the real shit, basically. you know, unvarnished, I guess you could say. And I hope that you guys can help. And just like Annette said here, if you hit the like button, if you share the stream or my channel or even some of my shorts, with somebody that you think it might be interested, I all of that helps. Even if you aren't able to donate and purchase stuff, all of it, everything you can do helps. And I don't know what we're going to do about America, guys. I don't know. But I do know. Oh, Sakai. Yeah, Sakai made a good. Okay, if you ever find a Melnyuk patch from back in the day, let me know. I really want to find one. That's so that's interesting. So you're doing some research. So the Ukrainian resistance had two parts. There was the two leaders, Bandera and Melnyk. And Melnyk was the less radical and less collaborative with the Nazis, essentially. Sharing shorts, Mitch? Yeah, you could share my shorts. I'll mail them to you. Do you want me to wash my shorts first before I mail them to you, or do you just want my dirty shorts? I'm sorry, guys. So thank you everyone for coming, and I apologize for the power issues. And next time we'll talk about news and we'll talk about all that stuff. This, like I said, I just wanted to show you stuff, and thank you for all your contributions. And I agree, Bill. All we can do is share the truth, vote accordingly, and not allow them to shut us up. If we have to leave the country to do that, then so be it. Exactly, Sakai. He was talking about Melnyk. He was the more centrist leader in the resistance, the Ukrainian resistance. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So keep hanging in there. Just know that I really believe that Ukraine is somehow pivotal in this whole fight for democracy around the world. It's like the fulcrum around which everything else is turning, like Yeats and his widening gyres and the falcon and the falconer. Ukraine is like the center of that circle, and America is kind of the weight on the end, and the thing that's spinning the gyre is this. I don't know. Anyway, I'm probably too sleep deprived to get too philosophical right now. So thanks everybody for coming, and Slava Ukraine. Do побачення, everybody.